The judges and prosecutors that were dealing with me are essentially all the same, different wrappings, tone, manner, but always the same coordinated and overly nasty result. They are nasty.
That's Donald Trump after a judge in New York ordered him to pay nearly $355 million in a civil fraud ruling. That was at a campaign rally in Michigan over the weekend. Trump claimed without evidence that he is being politically targeted in these court cases and vowed to change the nation's legal system if reelected. With us now, Donald Trump's former personal lawyer, Michael Cohen. He is the author of the book Revenge: How Donald Trump Weaponized the U.S. Department of Justice Against His Critics, as well as the podcast Mea Culpa and Political Breakdown. Michael Cohen, great to see you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. $400 million. Donald Trump has been told he needs to pay more than that total in these two cases combined. You knew him for a long time pretty well. What do you think that number means to him?
That's a total, it's like the death touch to Donald. They don't have that available cash. I've read in several different articles that he has a substantial sum of cash. It's not true. I would highly doubt it. He's probably looking at RNC money. He's probably looking at super PAC money, again, as part of money that he would use. But no matter what happens, he does not have enough, and there will have to be a liquidation of his assets in order to cover this amount. Because you're right, it's not 354. It's into the $550 million, especially with the E. Jean Carroll $88.6 million civil fine as well.
It's a lot of money any way you look at it. And Michael, you say that you have concerns that somehow it compromises him. How?
Well, think about it. If you're Vladimir Putin, I'll tell you how Vladimir Putin is probably looking at Donald Trump right now. That Trump is a poor man's idea of a rich man, a weak man's idea of a strong man, and a stupid man's idea of a smart man. So as a former KGB expert, he's looking at Donald and saying, what can we do in order to help him to get away from these various different things? Well, one, you can't fix stupid. So that is what it is. You just take advantage of it. All right. As far as the poor man and a rich man, well, figure out how to put some money in his pocket, because that's all Donald Trump cares about. He doesn't care about America. He's out there hawking sneakers. He's out there hawking whatever he can, grifting off the poorest of Americans. Think about who's supporting Donald Trump and the use of his 757 plane. Who's supporting Donald with all of his legal fees? It's the poorest people in America. And that's what Vladimir Putin will be taking advantage of.
So this was the civil fraud ruling against him. There's now a trial date in the New York criminal case against Donald Trump, where we do expect that you will be a witness. In the civil fraud ruling, Judge Arthur Engoron wrote of your testimony. He said, quote, Cohen's testimony was significantly compromised by seeming contradictions at what he said at trial. What were those contradictions, do you think?
I have no idea. Show me where it says that, because what I know that Judge Engoron said is that Cohen told the truth. I mean, that's just how he finished it.
He said two things. He said, one, there were seeming contradictions at what you said at trial. He also said that there was animosity between the witness and the defendant, and he said that was palpable, providing you with an incentive to lie. But he did say he found your testimony credible because it was corroborated by the evidence.
All of my testimony was corroborated by documentary evidence, as well as corroborating testimony.
Do you think you're the star witness?
Witnesses.
Do you think you're the star witness at the criminal trial?
You know, I don't know if I am, and I don't care if I am or I'm not. I have been subpoenaed to testify, and, you know, short of exigent circumstances, I will be there. Other than that, you know, I have now testified before 7 congressional committees. I've testified before the Mueller team. I testified to the grand jury for the district attorney case. I testified, as you know, on trial at this case, the Manhattan, New York Attorney General case. And I will be testifying most probably at this upcoming March 25th Manhattan District Attorney.